All right, guys. So this workout was not going as planned. Well, let me rephrase that. It was going as planned at first. And so I had one of my failed attempts and everything, which we'll get to here shortly. But either way, like I said, I was doing the 4-2-1 wave pyramid, and my first set of four today is 505. And the weight was flying. It was moving, feeling strong. Now, it felt slow until I saw the video, and I'm like, okay, all right, it's looking good. But, I was still feeling fairly confident, I guess. So, moving forward, I was like, 555, we'll see how it feels. And it definitely felt better. My central nervous system was waking up. And I think it moved well. If anything, my second rep definitely moved better than my first one. It's like I had to get a feel for it and everything, and you'll see here in the second one. Just a lot smoother. Just something in my hips wasn't quite being activated and everything else. But this set here, my first single was the tall tail, I guess. And I was very pleased with the way this moved. In previous weeks, it gave me way more of a fight. There was a lot more effort to pull it. There was a lot more shake, a lot more pause. This one I thought was very technically sound. There was minimal shake. It was just a smooth pull. I broke off the floor very nice and maintained speed all the way to the top, which you'll see right here. And it just continued to go. And I was like, that was perfect. I was like, I couldn't have asked for a better single. And I thought for sure, we're going to move forward, But I do my first drop, which is 555 for 2 again here. As you guys know, and I described before, the difference between this wave is you don't just drop and then increase the first one. You do a drop set back to the original double that you did before the single, which was my 555. Getting, just more exhaustion, more work, and everything else in. And it moved quite well. Very pleased with how that weight was moving. But now it's time to start the second wave. So I increased 20 pounds from the first one. And this is 525 for 4. And it moved well. I want to say the first one was definitely a little shaky. And then 2, 3, and 4, they were clean after that, as you guys are about to see here. But I had very good tension from the hole. I was breaking the bar off of the floor better than I have previous weeks and everything else. So I was taking in good air, good tension, and pop. It's just there's a weak point in my hips, which is causing the hamstrings to misfire at the moment, and we'll get to that shortly. And I'll show you what I did to address that and kind of figure out what muscles weren't being activated and everything else. But this set here being 575, I do this for 2. And I was also very pleased with how this moved for 2. I thought it moved very well. And considering how many sets I've done so far and everything too. But feeling on point, I was feeling good. I thought confidently here I was going to get this 625. Maybe I was too confident, but you guys will see here, it's like I have no problem breaking the weight off of the floor. The weight comes off of the floor quite nicely, but I hit a wall, and it's just before the knee. And it was like if you were to think and look at this video, I bet you were to think I was purposely pausing this weight below my knee, and I wasn't. I literally just hit a wall, and I couldn't pull through it. And I also leaned a little bit in this one too, but as you see there, it just hit a wall. And I'm like, what in the hell? I was like, why couldn't I pull through that? Usually I do. But again, I try 625. This time I'm like, okay, get your mind right, get focused, get zeroed in. And I was doing just that. And I was going to give her hell. I wasn't going to quit. And I was going to tell myself, okay, you're going to successfully pull this, and then you're going to have to just back down, do your drop sets, and live to lift another day. But I was hoping to be satisfied that I had a 20-pound increase. But it really, unfortunately, wasn't the case. As you guys can see here, it's like I break the floor, and it was a little bit slower, but then I started pulling through that sticking point, and I was like, oh, I got this. But then you see how my knees started to shake uncontrollably. Well, that's just because I lost tension in my hips and my hamstrings, and I couldn't pull through the weight. And yes, of course, I tried it a third time because I'm stubborn. At this point, I'm physically and mentally exhausted, and I was like, no, I can't do it. I had to accept defeat. I don't like accepting it, and I don't like giving in to it, but unfortunately, I had to, and everything else. But I dropped down to 425, and I do pause reps. So just a little pyramid here. So you pause on the way up, and you pause on the way down. So this will tell me where I'm shaking, and it was definitely in my hips. I want to say it was the piriformises. They weren't quite fully activated and getting the tension that I needed them to create to be able to pull through that halfway point. And I didn't get it on video, but I did some block pulls from that point. So like an 18-inch pull to get those muscles to activate instantly. So moving forward, that's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to make sure that I'm focusing on those movements, the 18-inch pull, and a lot of this pause rep and some isometric to get those muscles to stay tight and remain tight to complete the entire lift. Either way, if you guys don't already, please follow me at Paul Yeoman on Instagram. Please follow the gym at _basement gym. If there's any content you guys want to see, you want to hear, you want to listen to, I know a lot of people want to see big lifts and everything else. I'm trying to get back to where I used to be. Not quite there yet, obviously, but slowly but surely I'm working my way back up. All besides the point. Again, I appreciate you guys for watching and everything, and please subscribe.